Hello and welcome to another League of Legends commentary. Alright, let's speed this up. So I'm going to be playing Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks has a couple item choices you can start with. You can start with Antone. That's certainly a good idea. You can start out with a ward and a mana pot. And boots. This is also not a bad idea. The trade-off here is that with the Antone you're going to clear out camps faster and reduce your jungle time that way. And with boots you'll move more quickly between jungle camps and clear them out more quickly. This is actually going to be less efficient than buying the Amp Tone. It's going to make you clear out camps much more quickly than the boots. So if that's the only thing, the only consideration, then the Amp Tone is Amplifying Tone, which gives you 20 AP, is going to be much better. However, if you also are considering ganking, then the boots are a consideration there. And the reason for this is that it lets you catch up to enemy champions and use your increased mobility to get off all your spells on them. So again, that's just an explanation. And I'm trying out boots in this game with a ward. I tried to get in early to ward the red, so I could get an idea of what Lee Sin was doing. Alternatively, I could use this ward to ward their blue. I don't really think the what's it called? The blue buff is the ward is that good against Lee Sin. Okay, another trick you can use with Fiddles is I am just waiting for while you wait for your W to come off cooldown, you can run around and avoid Lizard's or Golem's attack, and this is pretty important here. If I had let him bash on me, he definitely would have killed me. So that was very important. This wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been able to do this buff without doing that. If I had gotten the Amp Tone, I wouldn't have to worry about that. I definitely would have done enough damage and restored enough with my drain to negate that issue. Alright, so I'm just trying to heal back up. I'm using my the bounce spell that I have. That's pretty cool. If you stand there, you don't have to take any damage because they'll keep sort of resetting a little bit, but without resetting. And continuing to do this, again, as I said, I use that trick again to avoid taking damage while my my drain isn't up, so I don't get killed by things. And I'm going to use my mana pot just so I can restore mana a little bit more quickly. And again, I'm using I didn't kill that with my the Storm Crow thing. In that case, because I wanted to restore as much health as possible. So I'm just going to continue doing that. This got reset a little bit, that's fine. And I see this, I try to go ahead and counter gank that, but I don't get in range in time. This game is played at a little bit lower ELO than I normally play. I'm playing with a friend, so he's around 1,000 ELO or something like that. And so that's what the issue here is. I see Lee Sin coming in here, so I want to try to counter gank. I'm just waiting for Lee Sin to leave. If he leaves, I'll leave too. If he stays, I'm going to stay. That's just what I'm going to do. So that's just what I'm doing. If Lee Sin wants to go in, I'll easily get the kill on them, and if he wants to leave, I'll leave as well. So just matching him. I'm not losing anything relative to him. When he comes up here, I go ahead and fear him, and then just use my W. Fiddles is a great 1v1er. I could have potentially followed him to make sure I got the kill. And once I see this happening, I just go ahead and make sure I secure the kill here. Garen could have probably killed me if he wanted to go very, very hard, but he might have died by doing that. Alright, so continuing on, I've gotten an early kill. Early items I like to build on him. I usually rush Sork Boots. I think they're really good. The move speed is really good, and doing bonus damage is really important too. Other good items to rush on him are Zonya's Hourglass. That lets you give yourself invulnerabilities, but the really nice thing about it is that it combos nicely with Stormcloud. Here I see that they're trying to kill him, so I just wait. You have to be really careful in fighting 2v1s with Fiddles, because if someone has a stun, for instance Swain has a stun, then they can just stop your drain, and then you'll just die. Here she overextended. There's nothing I could really do about that. So the best thing here for me to do is just cover this lane. Excuse me. So I can just get this golden XP. It's pretty annoying to try to farm with Fiddles. His autos don't really do any damage. So I usually use spells to try to get the last hits. And the attack speed of like how quickly that thing moves is pretty slow. So again, I'm just continuing the farm. I stop it in front of the tower so I can get a couple extra CS. And the next thing I'm going to get is a needlessly large rod. As far as lane control here, what you want to be doing is, when I knew he was going back, so what I actually wanted to do was really push this really hard. And the mid lane thought that I shouldn't be doing that, but that's actually incorrect. You actually want to push this as hard as you can and make sure it hits their turret, because this way, if I hadn't done this, this whole wave would have not gotten denied. Now he's going to lose cannon creeps, which are huge. Losing cannon creeps is a really big deal. And he's also going to lose all these minions that, as you see here. So I'm really giving him a big advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and go down here. We try to signal that he's, like, I've been pinging top a lot, and that's, if you see, like, as a jungler, you'll often see people going, to various directions. You can use that to, use the back ping to signal people. Don't use the normal ping. And we know we can do dragon. The reason that is, Fiddles, here, just gonna duck out of his snare. The reason for that is that Fiddles, and he goes in on me, that's fine. He should die after that, like, he shouldn't have gotten away there. He's gonna take, he definitely should have, it should have been that close. We should have gotten a double kill off of that. That's just my team not really understanding what to do there. But it's fine, it was just 1-for-1. We killed Swain, so that was definitely worth it. He goes in, and this is another time when they had a kill, potentially. Well, she's out of mana, so I guess not. And he just barely gets away, so good job for him. Alright, so I now have my needlessly large rod. I guess I rushed that before my Sorc Boots. I think I probably would usually go with the Sorc Boots. And I'm using the back ping a lot here to try to explain to them that this is a really stupid fight for them to go in on, but they decide to go in anyway. And my friend here, he shouldn't have used his exhaust, but whatever. And I'm just going to come down here and try to get triple kill. Fiddles is great for that. I don't want to just run face check stuff because, again, as I said before, if they have stuns, they can just interrupt you and easily beat you in 2v1 situations, but in 1v1, Fiddles really excels. So with Fiddles, you can really bait stuff out, and once I see this happening, there's like a 3v4 here. Another nice thing you can do with Fiddles is you don't have to be in like vision range to actually go ahead and go in on them. So here, as you saw, oh, that was just like suckiness from my fear. Like, that should have been a kill, but that's okay. So yeah, as I said a second ago, you don't need to I don't need to surprise them to go in on them. With a good ulti position, you can easily get kills off of them. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do red. I didn't know that Swing was here, that's fine. As soon as I see this go down, so as soon as I wait, I don't know this here, but as soon as I see that, I flash immediately, and that's really important. If that stun had landed, like, he should have waited until I flashed before using it to secure the kill. But as you saw there, that was just him comboing it wrong and me reacting properly. I flashed the second I saw that go down, not before. And now I'm going to go ahead and heal up and try to get my blue, because I know that red has been taken. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get my blue. With Fiddlesticks, just like Warwick, his ulti really makes his ganks much more powerful. So whenever it's up, you definitely want to be going to try to gank. It is still possible to kill stuff with your Q. You see, it's only level 1's done at this range. So I'm going to go ahead and try to kill him with my Q. I used my E and then W combo. I think I was a little bit slow in this. If Lux had responded, it would have been a kill, I think, but that's fine. He has to flash out, so that's okay. And I just check up here to make sure just to keep him honest, to see if he ran up this way. But he flashed over this wall, so that's fine. I get a flash for free, basically. And now I'm just waiting for my ulti to be up to try to get a kill. You can really pretty much guarantee a kill. If Lux had landed her binding, it definitely would have been a kill. Here's something that a lot of people make a big mistake about is they go back in when they really don't need to do that. So like Lux really doesn't need to go back in here. Yeah, so she just dies. And I correctly ulti, so that was just like a max range ulti, and Sona gives me a nice damage boost, but I think I had enough to get the kill there. So another trick to use his ulti is wait until things that have CC have used them before you go in. So I knew that Miss Fortune didn't have any CC, so that's why I was free to use my ulti to kill her. I wouldn't have been able to kill her, with Drain or anything like that. All right, Garen's doing the right thing. He's pushing pretty hard. We don't really have a lot to deal with him, and I just do an easy kill on him, as you saw there. I see Swain here, and it's an easy kill. Unfortunately, Lux never has any mana. But as you saw, I used my W, and you really need. That's another really important thing to do with him is that make sure you constantly have your W on. The other things aren't as important when you're getting, they're really important in team fights like for CC. But when you start to get low, you have to constantly make sure your W is on because it has a really low cooldown. So yeah. That was just me correctly using the W to get that kill. And I go ahead and ulti in. Unfortunately, I keep getting stunned by Leona, so that really sucks. And MF manages to get out. I think we should have won that fight there, but whatever. The other thing I did wrong there was I didn't move with my ulti. So you really have to make sure you position your ulti to maximize damage, so keep running before using your W. Feel free to use your Q right away to snare someone, so snaring Miss Fortune or whatever. Your Q and your E, because those are instantaneous. But make sure you position your ulti and then use your W. You'll still have just as much time, because you're moving with them, to use your W as you would before. Alright, so now I have Zhonya's Hourglass. It really improves the strength of Fiddles. So this lets you ulti in without fear, and you really improve your strength as a champion a lot. So I just waited for her to come up before I went in. We could have killed either of these people if Lux had landed her binding. Let's see how much. Yeah, she doesn't have any AP, so it doesn't do that much damage. But I think we probably could have gotten a kill on Garen or potentially Swain if people had responded correctly. That's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get my blue again. I'm not giving Lux any of these blues because she's not good. Normally, you should definitely give blues to your mid lane. At this point, I definitely should be giving blues to my mid lane, but Lux isn't actually good, so I just take them all for myself, and that's fine. Fiddles has a lot of trouble jungling with you really can't jungle without blue, so that's why it's so important to get it on him. Also, it increases your CDR. This is a common problem with lane control, is that people will do ganks like this. Didn't need to be a 3-man gank; it could just been them, and they're basically giving up 2 towers for 1 kill, which is definitely not worth it. You'll see that I'm not actually trying to defend this turret. I'm sticking around here hoping that our team will come, but I don't stay by the tower in either of these cases, and that's really an important thing to do. Okay, so for vision, this is important for using his ulti correctly. You need to be standing somewhere where they don't have vision on you. If they have vision on you, they'll just walk away. So you need to be very aware of where their wards are and where you have vision, and that's why turning off Smartcast on your ulti is also useful. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. I've got my Zhonyas, so the next thing I can build here is Rabadons, which is going to be very strong. A bunch of other MR reduction items are also going to be good on him, because we have a bunch of AP people on our team, Malphite, Sona, etc. And if we can get a good combo off, we're going to be really strong on team fights. With Lux ulti, Sona ulti, Malphite ulti, if we can do that right, it's going to be very, very strong. We see this. She needed to ulti right away, but unfortunately she dies. But I still get a great ulti off, so that's that's okay. We should have won that fight, but Malphite didn't use his ulti, and that was definitely possible to win that. So it was a good decision making on my part, but it was just poor execution for the rest of my team, and you can't really do anything about that, especially as Fiddles. The best you can do is get your CC off, get your ulti off in a good spot. and then you have to hope the team does something else. You know, you don't have enough bursts to really kill people until you get a couple more items. I only have 2 items, as you can see. And even then, most of your damage is usually going to come from your W, unless you get lucky with your bounces. So, yeah. Again, as I said, it's like a little difficult to burst people down as Fiddles. And really, like, win the team fights beyond doing what I said, like getting a good ulti off. You really want to, I'm saying you really want to a lot, to use Fiddles effectively. It's really good to use it after they've started fighting. So you want them to be going in pretty hard, and then you use it. So now that they've gone in, I want to go ahead and... I didn't need to use Zhonya's there, but that's okay. If I had positioned properly, I would have gotten a triple kill there, but that's okay. Like again, as I said, you don't want to... So again, I just walk back and make sure I don't get hit by stuff. And I'm just waiting for my teammates to come in. I probably could have gone on pretty hard with these guys, especially if I had Zhonya's up, but I don't. So I decided not to go in too deep and try to fight them when I would have just died there. Alright, so people are just doing random stuff now. We need more wards. That's an important problem that people do. I've been buying wards this game too, but no one else has, so that's why we're losing in the jungle and stuff like that. And, okay, so when they're in your jungle like this, like, when I don't know where they are, don't go back the closest way to get to the team fight. You need to be safe and go the long way back, even though it sucks, and you might... Don't do this either. Don't dive into your... Like, I don't think he knew where our team was, and I'm just going to try to go back out and get... Oh, I don't have my ulti up. So if I had my ulti up, it definitely would have been a kill there. But yeah, don't go into like their team if you don't like if your team isn't there. They can't push in here, so that's good. I'm just waiting to use my ulti. I can't really use it yet, so okay. So now as soon as I see this happen, I go ahead and I go here, which was the wrong way, but that's okay because if they had gone in, they could have gotten a kill, so that's why I went that way. Oops. Like I assumed that they'd also try to tower dive us, but you know, whatever. Here's another mistake is, oh nice, you got a kill. So I guess it was less of a mistake than it could have been. Is that don't use your flashes when you're gonna die. Like don't flash to just immediately die afterwards. And also don't fight. So this is great. It's pointing out lots of mistakes that people make. Don't fight 3v1s even if the guys are low. All right, so just gonna keep watching this. Malphite could have defended this. He can fight. Let's see what items. Oh, he's been trolling this game. I forgot. This game was definitely winnable, but Malphite has been stacking Philiststones. I think he had 3 Philiststones at one point in this game. So whatever, you know what happens in games. All right, so let's speed it up. I'm just trying to get my Rabadon's death cap. I get wards to help our team out because no one else is buying wards besides our support. And I go ahead and get a pink ward so that because I knew that they had pink Baron before, so I make sure I get the pink ward, because if I got a regular ward for Baron, then it wouldn't have done anything because they could just kill it. Alright, I wait there in case they try to fight. Again, you can initiate fights with Fiddle's ulti. It's best to do it when you've like pushed up to their tower and then you stand here or here, and then you just ulti into their tower if they're hugging their tower like that. But and it is possible like for me to initiate a team fight. It's just not going to be very likely. People are just dying for no reason again. It's okay, whatever. So yeah, I just need to get back and try to defend. If they try to push this in, I'm going to have to ulti and do my best to defend. And they just get over aggressive and waste stuff, so whatever. I'm going to have to use my ulti pretty soon. I can't let them take out both the towers. I just wait. Alright, so yeah, I just go ahead and use my ulti on both of them and prevent them from winning. And I think I get a triple. How many did I get? I just got one. Okay. Or no, I got a double. Okay, whatever. When you are pretty far behind, you need to do Baron. Like this, you have to do Baron. So what we needed to do was clear this really fast and then go ahead and go straight to Baron. It's not like it's like very risky. Like it's pretty low chance of success. I don't know why he's tanking. this, but you just have to do it. If we wait, they're just going to do Baron. Also, don't tank creeps for no reason. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, don't do that. And yeah, you just go straight to Baron. If we had done that, we could have easily gotten the Baron there. They, as you can see, they're still not there, and we would have had enough time to do it, so that's okay. Yeah, you have to make risky plays to give your team a chance to come back in the game. So I'm just continuing to farm, trying to clear stuff out. We should have gone hard on him, and it's obvious what's going to happen here. So I don't know, like sometimes I don't know why people do this. Oh, you can follow invisible champions. So if he saw the path, he could have followed him, but it's okay. Like I'm saying, Garen could have followed Twitch because he can see them with that. And we should definitely go in here because we know we have a slight advantage right now. So that's okay that we didn't, but you know, that's what we should have done. This tower is not defendable. It's really hard to defend this tower, so you just have to let it fall. And it sucks, but you know, that's just how it has to be. And we have to defend this turret. So I have 3 items now. Obviously, I'm like pretty far behind, and I'm just waiting for them to try to go in on us. That's what we really need to do. We need to wait for them to try to initiate on us. Hopefully Twitch doesn't die during that process, and then Malphite needs salt, and then I need salt, and Sona needs salt, and we'll easily win that fight. This inhibitor is not defendable, so you just have to give it up. It sucks, but whatever. So okay, as soon as I see this, I go ahead and ulti in, and then I make sure I'm set up properly, and then I just use my Zhonya's and get like large amounts of damage. Unfortunately, I died. Like they're pretty far ahead of us, and I don't think everyone used their ulti. Yeah, Malphite like just uses ulti there, so whatever. You know, I did my best, and we still lost, and that's okay. You know, you have games like this. You can't always win every game. One tip is if you think you're like a lot better than the people you're playing, you should definitely try to play like some sort of carry person. You know, someone that can win the game somewhat more single-handedly than Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks is very good, but he does need some amount of team support to be strong. So, for instance, Zinza would have been a better choice at this ELO. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. It was like quite significantly lower ELO than I normally play, but I thought it was a lot of fun to play. People act very differently, and it's interesting to look at discuss what different strategies can be done at different ELOs. So please remember to rate, subscribe, and comment, and I will have another video along shortly.